Hey, Paul Morrow here. This is another follow-up on how to retire early and often, what we call REO, R-E-O. And if you want to stay to the end, I'll be happy to download to you a punch list on the things that you need to do to get yourself out of the workforce early and enjoy your health and your family when you're in your 30s and 40s. REO is the retirement early and often system that I used to retire for 10 years before I was even 65 years old. And most of all, to do reverse retirement, which meant that I spent a lot of free time off in my 30s and 40s, and I didn't wait until my kids were all grown up and left the house before we could actually play with them. Now, the REO system is very different. It's right in the middle of both the FIRE movement, right, and the lifetime employment movement. Now, the lifetime employment, which again, if it suits you to work for a great corporation and do 40 years and get a gold watch and get 2 weeks of vacation and you love what you're doing, you should do it and don't let anybody talk you out of it. That could be a great way to build wealth. In my third book on wealth building, I have seen many people do 40 years from 25 to 65. They retire with millions of dollars and they really got paid back for their loyalty to the company, and that's all great, and that was their plan. If you're a FIRE movement person, which is financial independence, retire early, and you're trying to get out really early in your 30s with a chunk of money, I will tell you that I've helped some clients along the way wrestle with the issues of firing at 35 or 40. And a lot of those folks that do the FIRE movement, they really don't like their job. It's really they want to get out of 9 to 5ing. And so there are some things that you can do if you fire early and get out, but you have to also backfill things like retirement planning and medical insurance planning and things that can get very cumbersome, especially if you have children. And I will tell you, if you have children, children are expensive, but they're worth it. And I will tell you, I've been through this twice, and any parent of a couple of kids will tell you that it was an easy way to consume $1 million by putting 2 kids through all the parts of growing up and the prep schools and the colleges and all that stuff, but it was worth every penny to launch them without any debts for school into great careers and make them financially successful. That's a really big part of my first book on smart financial parenting and grandparenting. So what is REO? REO is just a system that we plan out together. Now, you can do this on your own, by the way. I will be happy to help you do it. I think REO is very healthy. We used to call it, when I first started, reverse retirement, which is you retire early and play and then you work later in life. But we found a better way, and one of the best parts about doing retire early and often is making sure you get the free money from companies that have defined benefit pensions. Now, let me tell you, there's about 7 careers out there that have defined benefit pensions. What does that mean? I'm collecting a couple of pensions now from companies. I didn't put a dime into these pensions. I worked for 10 years for them. I did 401k savings. I did all kinds of other things, but they put money into the defined benefit pension plan with the deal that I wasn't vested until I got to 10 years. And when I got to 10 years, then I took a REO break, took time off of my family. Those pension dollars don't go away. You have an option with a pension company to come back and add on more years and make your pension larger, or you will get that pension at age 65 even if you go to another company. Now, I did it 3 times, and if you can imagine, what does that mean? Out of 40 years of working, I worked 30 and I retired 10. I took 10 years off in that 40 years of working. Do the math, it's really simple. And I got vested 1, 2, 3 times. So I'm collecting 3 pension checks, but it gave me the opportunity, using a REO structured retirement, to collect 3 defined benefit plans and have 3 big breaks with my family, which, by the way, I use to go traveling. You can see the RV that I bought when I was 35 years old. It was an enormous, expensive Airstream. I love it. We still have it today. I just handed it down to my daughter. She's going to be using it with her family. I then did a midlife, different type of retirement vehicle, so I could go into the mountains with my son and travel to some more extreme places that I could go with the Airstream. These are just fun things. If you're going to play young, you need to get yourself out of the workforce sometime in your 30s and 40s so that you can ski and you can ATV and you can motorcycle and you can do all the things that you like to do, which I will tell you, as a person who's done it, I ski now at 70, but I don't ski the way I did at 30. And I ATV now, but I don't ATV the way I did then. And yes, I still ride my motorcycles now. That's a copy of my BMW, but I don't ride like I used to ride when I was 30. So this is all part of just aging and just reversing the system so that you play a lot when you're young and have fun with your family before they take off and start their own families, right? And then you can build up these retirement, just stacking them up to a later date. So here's some of the things that I want to tell you to do if you're thinking about this at all. Number one, first and foremost, there's a lot of research on this, by the way. It's easy to get. We can help download it to you, by the way. If you want to hit me up in the comments, I will get you the list of some of the best companies that have defined benefit pension plans and what their rules are. It's really important, by the way. It's disclosed by ERISA. They have to disclose it. It's a matter of public record. So, number one, details. Find out which companies have the best pensions in the careers that you like, right? Make sure you go to work for a company and you know the rules in advance. Get the details of their retirement plan so that you can plan your RIO around that. Second, you need to build up passive income. Even though you're doing a retirement early system, I bought my first house at 24 years old, and I did my first RIO movement when I was about 44 years old. So what does that mean? I bought my first house. I started wheeling real estate on the side. I built up one of my multiple income streams, which was work plus real estate, and then my first pension, right? The definition of multiple streams of income is to have a few different sources of cash that are coming in. So yes, you need to get into the real estate business early and build up passive income. So retirement research on pensions, passive income. The third thing is, when I did my third RIO program, I also did it with some self-employment. Now, self-employment is the greatest engine of wealth in America. Real estate is the biggest wealth building tool for the average American family, but self-employed people, right, are the ones that have the most affluence in America. And if you do a self-employed part of your RIO strategy, it means that you can not only have your pension and not only have your 401k at work. For your side gig, you can establish your own additional defined benefit plan on your own, put money into it that's pre-tax for delivery at a later date. So my wife and I created not only one, but two additional retirement funds from our self-employed work. So you can have two retirement funds, two self-employed funds, two pension plans. And like in our particular case, we get 7 retirement checks a month now. Now this is a real predictable RIO strategy, but it takes some planning. It doesn't happen by accident. I do think that you need to become a little bit of an expert on retirement planning. If you don't have someone to help you, you should find somebody who's an expert in setting up retirement plans and also analyzing defined benefit plans and the rules. Don't let yourself get tricked into wasting 5 or 6 years with an employer and you find out that their pension is invested for 20 years and you wanted to get out in 10 years. Now, I will tell you, with some educators, 20 years is fine. They do a form of RIO, which is known as getting it at 22 and getting out at 42 with a 20-year vesting period. That's okay too, right? It didn't work for me, but I have done RIO with a number of educators, municipal employees, firemen, police. There's a lot of careers in which you can get in and get out early, just like the military. If you do your 20 and you get out early and then you also qualify for FICA and you take a big break. A good friend of mine just retired from the military. He's out there in Colorado playing in his garage, doing a lot of like car things, and he didn't really have to go back to work, but now he went back, qualified for another set of retirement benefits, and then he's going to RIO again and get out early. So doing a RIO strategy is so flexible that when you put these 5 details together, you can put together a strategy for, number one, having some enjoyment while you're young. Young is really important. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy young. You can go out and buy everything else, but there is no fountain of youth. And I will tell you, no matter what people are trying to sell, the notions and potions online, The play activity that you do at 70 is completely different than 30 or 40. And if you like outdoor activities like our family does, and if you like, hiking and biking and skiing and all that kind of stuff, you need to take advantage of your young body while you can. Let's just talk about some of the summary things and what you can download from us. We have a 5-step program on how to Rio, and then we have a little guide, some of the details that you need to get smart about, the details of Rio that you can get from us. And if you get the summary and you get the details and you start to build your Rio strategy, remember, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You have to have the confidence that you can leave a job and come back and either get another career, a different job, or you might find, like one of my good clients and friends that actually did a Rio strategy. He worked for a big pharmaceutical company, and when he told them he was going to do it, you know what they said? Go away, have a great year, go on hiatus. We will not only hold your job, we'll keep your benefits, and when you come back, we'll give you your job back. I believe that honesty with your employer is the best policy. Don't try to trick them. Don't try to get around their rules. You're much better off working with a company where you know exactly what you're going to do and they know what you're going to do, and so that you can have a rewarding experience and really not have a problem getting another job because you basically lied to your employer. So let's just summarize a little bit the things that we're talking about. And if you want to share this video with a friend, that's a great idea. Subscribe to our channel. Join this little community of people who want to retire early and often. It's called Rio, R-E-O, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's just share the rules, share the experiences, share everything that I did. I wouldn't tell you to do anything I didn't do myself. And it's the same old story. Don't take advice from people on how to make $1 million that haven't made it themselves. What they always say is those who can't teach, right? Those who can do. As famous Yoda said, don't try, do, right? Doing is just part of the art of being smart. And I'll see you next time on Smart Financial.